Hello and welcome to the Cow's Den. I am Josh. With me, as always, is Matt. What's up, Matt?
Hey, YouTube, we got another banger here for you.
uh, this is the Cow's Den podcast, and we talk nerdy shit, comics, pop culture, just whatever we feel like talking about. Really, I mean, honestly, that's kind of how it's been lately. It's just kind of whatever we feel like talking about. Um, Episode 25, and so in light of 25, I'll say because of December 25th.
Oh,
We'll call it that. It's the we're gonna do like a bit of a holiday-ish episode. The only thing I really got that I wanted to talk about in terms of comics was Dark Knight of Steel #2. um First issue, man. I don't know if I told you the spoilers from that one, but that this comic series, it's another Tom Taylor. He's killing it. It's described as like the Batman meets Game of Thrones, and I think that's a pretty accurate description. And I don't want to talk spoilers because the stuff that happens in it's really cool. I really am liking the story. So that's it. That was the only like comic I really had. Issue 2. It's only a 12 issue series, so issue 1 and 2 are out now. If you I definitely recommend it, especially it is Batman Game of Thrones type of thing. So if you like that stuff, highly recommend. All right, and then only thing I really want to talk about is last night we went and saw.
what is there some movie out or
I
something
don't
like
know.
that?
I don't know. No, Spider-Man No Way Home. Dude, the only reason we even got tickets was because like it's sold out. I was at work when like the day they went on sale, and I went and checked it later in the day, and the whole weekend was gone. Like, and we were even looking at like Christmas weekend, and it was gone. Magically one day I just was flipping through, and like one of the screenings, like four seats opened up, so we snagged them and got in. But yeah,
That's awesome.
okay, so
Did
it's
you get
funny.
to take Bean with you?
Yes, we did. Yeah, we took our son. It was the three of us. It was cool. Yeah, it was nice.
So let's
um
say spoily.
yes, I'm gonna talk major all of the
Spoily.
spoilies, 100%, all of them, as long as you don't mind that, because yeah, literally I'm gonna talk
I already
all
know
the
them all,
spoilies.
or most of them. So
The only Okay, so my only thing is it's kind of ironic because like normally I'm the guy who points out good things in shitty movies. If you think a
yeah,
movie's shitty, I'm gonna sit here and be like, yeah, but yeah, but for some reason I'm almost the opposite with this one. Like, I'm not saying it's not good. It was fantastic. It was amazing. It was awesome. I think there was a small part of me that hoped for a little bit more, though. Is the only thing I'm gonna say. That's the only way I can describe it.
well, wait a minute now. What about the whole scene where they all talk about the ones they've lost?
Okay, so let's start from the beginning here. So
Yeah.
from right out the gate in the first like 10 minutes of the movie, they just smack you with it. You get fucking Charlie Cox right in your face. And
Yep.
just
Do they
I got spoiled and read that Hawkeye had Kingpin show up, which spoilers. I got read online and got spoiled that Kingpin shows up in Hawkeye. And so I was like, oh
it's a
shit, oh shit.
female? I think it's his
No,
wife.
it's Vincent D'Onofrio.
He does show up. Okay.
Apparently he does. I don't know.
Um, do
But
you actually see Charlie Cox
oh
face?
yes,
Okay.
100%. He's
Okay.
sitting there. It's just one of those things where Peter's talking about like, oh, the repercussions of what's going to happen to blah blah blah, and it just cuts and it's Charlie Cox, and they're like, yeah, so you're gonna have this and that, and then dude, there's this scene where so he chucks a rock through the window, and Murdoch
Spider-Man does.
they no somebody chucks a rock up through the window as he's talking to him, as he's talking to Peter. Because the whole point is that everybody knows that Peter's Spider-Man now, so there's all this people are outside his fucking
Backlash.
place, like throwing shit, yeah, like chucking rocks through the windows because they're pissed off at him. Well, because a lot of people think that Mysterio was right and that he was that Spider-Man's the bad guy.
Yeah.
So this rock gets chucked through the window, and fucking Peter goes to catch it, but Murdoch catches it first. He's all like that, and he's Peter, like their hands are like this because Peter was going to catch it, and he catches it first. And so Peter goes, how did you do that? And he goes, I'm a really good lawyer. And then and that was it. I was just like, yes. Like, I'm sorry, it was so cool. It was so great.
Before you go any further,
Yeah.
remind me at the end. I want to talk about him finally getting out of Tony Stark's shadow at the
Oh
end. So,
yeah,
but go
yeah,
ahead, go
yeah.
ahead.
So, that's part of what I want to talk about. So, but that was awesome. That was just incredible. I heard about Kingpin, but I didn't know that they were actually. There was all this Charlie Cox was denying left and right, blah blah blah. So I wasn't sure that they would actually pull that trigger. And when they did, I was just like, holy shit. Yeah, like caught me off guard. Sorry. Um, yeah, and then and then from then on, like I don't want to say it was predictable, but it was a little bit predictable. A little bit predictable.
Okay, but
Yes.
I'm
What do you want
usually
to
the
Yeah.
opposite
Yep.
of
What's up?
you. And
Yeah.
like I gotta say, the fact that they were able to bring 3 generations of
Oh, they did it.
Spider-Man on film,
Oh, they did
man,
it.
whoever thought they would be able to pull that
They
off?
did it.
That's
And they did it. And they did it. And that's why like I don't want to downplay the movie because the movie was awesome. Um I just think it's like it
and I'm sorry, but I've seen the scene where Tom Holland's all crying about May,
yeah.
and then that's when do okay. So
Oh,
I'm
that got
I'm
me because that was different than Uncle Ben. I was telling my wife about this. That's different than Uncle Ben because May's been there for 3 movies now.
yeah.
She's been there. This was her third movie, so it's like, yeah, when that happened, that shit hit and it hit hard.
So two things. Everything that I've seen or read, uh what's his name as Green Goblin does an amazing job, and he kind of steals the
Willem,
show a little bit. Yeah.
Willem, yeah, he's yeah,
But my thing is that whole scene and everything I've read since then brings up the point that I've always made. I know it's not popular, but I still say Andrew Garfield's the best Spider-Man. Those movies had their own problems, but
right.
he's been my favorite Spider-Man, and I felt like I
Films of
watching
actual
that
Spider-Man.
scene. Yeah, and watching that scene, I felt like his part of that was my favorite, where he's talking about
Oh,
Gwen, where he's talking about
oh,
Gwen,
did you see
and
the
yes,
and then
where he gets to say,
subsequently okay, so yeah, subsequent okay, so the spoiling part of that is yes, and so okay. I was trying to keep going through it, trying to
yeah, I
get there.
know.
That's what I mean. I was trying to get there.
Go ahead, go ahead.
So the next part, oh shit, I don't know. He goes through, the doc. Like this is the only problem I have. Yes, you talked about how he's stepping out of Tony's shadow, and I feel like he just stepped right into Doctor Strange's shadow. Like and
No, I'm saying at the end, at
uh
the very end, where he gets his own suit and that he no
yes,
longer has the iron suit.
right,
I love that.
right. No, that was
I
great.
understand the doc. Here's the thing. I don't like this, but this is the way that this is the contract that Sony has with Marvel.
Right.
You
It's
know
kind of the
that
only way that they can introduce him in, bring him in. I
yes,
get that. I get that.
which sucks.
And if we're being totally honest, Spider-Man has always kind of been the character that they've kind of like, well, throw him with the Avengers or throw him with the X-Men or throw him in with it. So he
he's
is
been the
kind of the
loner though. I mean, like,
I know.
you know,
But
and
that's the point.
that's
He
so I
doesn't have
get
his own
that.
team, but he does join other teams quite a bit. That's all I'm
Yes.
getting at. So,
Yeah.
but okay, so they ripped the fabric of time, all that crap. Yes, obviously when Doc Ock shows up, holy shit! And then it's like I didn't realize that was all one scene. When after Doc Ock shows up, then Goblin shows up, and you're just like, oh shit! Like, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he fights. I think Electro was next, and okay, so it was Doc
And
Ock.
I'm so glad that they fixed Electro, because that's the one problem I had with the Garfield ones was Electro, him being that solid blue. I just did not like.
So my
So
only complaint about, or one of the complaints I had about the movie is the only thing is that Jamie Foxx says, "Man, there's got to be a black Spider-Man somewhere." That's it.
yeah,
That's the only mention
yeah,
of like anything related to Miles Morales at all.
yeah.
Like just, and I think that was my thing. Is I was going in hoping for Spider-Verse,
You know,
and kind of
you
got
want
their own version of Spider-Verse.
right. You know, the one problem I have with the movie, and I haven't seen it, so obviously, I just know the spoilers and shit. But I had a big problem with how they handled Tom Hardy. I had a ginormous problem. That is so stupid. And it makes no sense to me on why you did that. And now it's going to be next to impossible to have him be fucking Venom in Tom Holland's
I know.
Spider-Man. So it's like, why? why do all that? Like, it just
I don't know. You know, the whole
to make
that's kind
black
of where
suit
I'm at. Is like,
Spider-Man,
well, it's like that's kind of where I'm at. Is like I felt like the whole ending was a little weird. Like, okay, so
I
so
yeah,
so there's the
sorry.
scene where so what happens is you know, Strange is trying to stop Peter. So what it is that they pull these other bad guys in, but Peter realizes that if he sends them back, they're all just gonna die. So he
Yeah.
decides instead to cure them. So like he tries to cure
Lizard.
Lizard of his lizard form and stuff, and
Yeah.
he manages to
Yeah.
do it. But so that's the idea. And so Strange he's also kind of fighting off Strange because Strange just wants to send him back because he figures that'll fix everything.
Right.
So at one point Ned takes Strange's like little his little whatever he's got, his little like knuckle thing that he
Ring or
uses, rings thing
oh yeah.
to make portals. And then he's making portals. He's like okay, because they got separated from Spider-Man. So he's like, okay, show me Spider-Man. Where's Spider-Man? And then it opens up and it's Andrew Garfield, and you're just like, oh shit, like there he is. There he is. And
So
and then
before
he
hang
turns
on,
around,
hang on.
he's all like, hey, what's up, guys? Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm like, oh shit. Yeah.
So I actually like how they're taking Ned. I don't like I don't really like Hobgoblin.
I don't
I
hate Hobgoblin. I mean,
I don't hate him.
I feel like it takes away from the importance of Green Goblin. Like, and then Hobgoblin is just kind of like a like
And yeah, and it's like if you were to rate Spider-Man's bad guys, he's in the bottom tier.
he's definitely in the bottom.
And
Sure.
and they've just done it jack acidly, in my opinion, in the
Right.
previous movies, to where I like that. Hopefully, Ned is going down the path of Wong.
Yeah, Wong.
You know, almost like that. So, but
So, and
okay,
that's kind
so
of a spoilie. Technically, Wong is the Sorcerer Supreme right now, not Doctor
no
Strange.
kidding.
So he even says it. He goes, well, he got it on a technicality because I was blipped out of existence for 5 years. So he wasn't here for 5 years. So now Wong is just the Sorcerer Supreme. Yeah, which is kind of crazy. So that means he doesn't have the time stone, which is why he can't just go back and make everybody forget. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, so Andrew came in.
Yeah, Andrew comes in, and that's when and he comes through, and they start talking about. He's like, "All right, well, I guess we'll just keep trying." And so that's it. And then they do it again, and dude, and it's all like dark shadow, and he just kind of steps out. And he's like, you know, comes through, and you're just like, "Oh,
it's
no!
Toby!"
Yeah, it was fucking Toby, and I mean, Toby looks great. Like they both still look great because I mean, even Andrew's getting up there now. He's in his 30s at least, right? Like,
yeah.
And yeah, Toby's. I mean, everybody looked great, and
It was
it's
young, it's young, medium, old,
and Toby's Garfield was already dressed in a Spidey suit. Toby comes through in street clothes, regular ass clothes, and you're kind of sitting here like, oh, is he gonna be like he's not gonna do anything kind of thing? And they all start talking. I mean, they go through a couple great scenes. All three of them are trying to work on their cure. All three of them are trying to work on the cure. So they're all three in scientist little outfits in this little thing. And then at one point, MJ goes, "Hey, Peter," and they're all like, "Huh, me? Oh, huh, huh." And that's when they do the
1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, that whole thing.
They do the meme.
Yeah, the meme.
Yeah.
And so and then yeah, the webs, they mentioned the organic webbing. They mentioned how he's got to make his. He's like, man, yeah, that sucks. I have to make mine. Like, he's like, oh yeah, you guys don't have that, do you? And I was just like, oh, like okay, so he comes through. They're doing all this stuff. They get to the point where we're at the end now. So the whole spoilie is that like Green Goblin, Defoe, obviously the whole time he's acting like he's like, oh, the other guy's in control sometimes, but I'm in control right now, so I want to help you. Let's get a cure. Let's do this and blah blah blah. But of course, he was messing around the whole time. It was actually evil. So he breaks them all free, sets all the bad guys loose, and or whatever, and they're all fighting him at the end, right? And then that's when they coordinate, and it was just this scene where Garfield goes, "Hey, so you just wearing that, or you got your suit underneath?" And he just kind of goes, so he's got his suit. Toby just kind of goes like that, and he's got his suit underneath, and everybody's just and then and then there's that scene, man, where all three of them just kind of land, and then it's a shot of all three, and you're just like, Like, yeah,
All
dude,
three of them did.
it's incredible to think that it could ever even happen.
Yeah.
It truly is. It
Well,
truly is.
and going to Andrew, what I was talking about with Andrew, like my favorite scene so far that I've seen is him saving MJ.
Yes.
I thought that was so fucking cool.
So yeah, there's this whole scene where after Peter loses Aunt May, which spoilers again, Aunt May fucking dies, croaks it, kicks it, whatever in this one. After he loses
A
Aunt May,
goblin.
he's yeah. He's broken, he's breaking down, and of course, he's all like, "You can't possibly understand how I feel," and they're like, fucking Toby's all, "Yeah, I lost my Uncle Ben," and Garfield's like, "I lost, my love, my MJ, I lost my Gwen Stacy," and what was crazy is him, like, he's like, "I've never forgiven myself for that, and I never will, but it's
Dude,
like I gotta move on, I gotta keep going, I just
that
try to keep
death
going."
was brutal.
And
That death was so brutal.
the way that they had addressed it was
Yeah.
really well done, and Garfield really put it in. It felt good. And then yeah, there's that scene. It's in the
Yep.
trailers where
Yep.
Peter's going and MJ's falling, and you're like, oh shit, and he gets hit by a goblin. He gets knocked out. And so MJ's still falling, and that's when Andrew jumps and Andrew gets him, and he gets that like redemption,
Yeah.
that like he gets his own little story in there, which was really cool. It was really good. And even Toby did a lot of like, okay, I'm gonna spoil.
Yeah.
They fix Doc Ock's
Yep.
inhibitor chip, so he's actually like a good
Good.
guy. So it's like
Yeah.
he gets his kind of closure with Doc Ock, and how, like, you know what I mean, everybody kind
Yeah.
of gets their own like little thing. There is a scene at the end where Toby gets stabbed by the fucking thing, by the glider,
Yeah.
and goes down, and you're sitting here like, oh shit, Toby. And it's funny because like I was just like, oh my god, they're gonna kill him, they're gonna kill Toby. And he's laying down, and they're like, are you all right? And he goes, yeah, I've been stabbed before, and starts getting back up. I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, we're good, we're good. um yeah, I mean, that's it. And then they send them all back, they stop everybody, they send them all back. But okay, so here's where I have a problem with the ending. Okay, ultimately ultimately it's like, Spider-Man tries to fix it but doesn't, and Doctor Strange has to come in and just fix everything, because that's what ends up happening. He comes back in
Yeah.
and he's just like, ah, well, all right, I'm gonna do this spell. And so, do you want me to spoil how they fix it?
I know they
That's
erase
the thing.
everybody's.
Erase everybody's memory
Yeah.
of Peter entirely, so
Yeah.
nobody at all remembers Peter at all. um
Yeah.
but I couldn't help but be like, okay, but ultimately, doesn't that mean that Doctor Strange just swooped in and just was like, okay?
Right. No,
That's where I'm like, okay, but he still feels like he's in Strange's shadow, and
I
but
I understand that, but the reason why I actually like that is the fact that if you look at Peter, he has always struggled with keeping his loved ones safe and
mhm,
and keeping them away.
balancing, yeah,
Yeah, and I really feel like, even though I haven't seen it, I feel like him doing that and walking away from MJ, walking away from Ned when they don't recognize him, and him making his own suit. I feel like it's getting back to who he really
it's back to
is.
basics. Him being Peter,
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man,
him,
yeah,
yes,
focusing
him,
on Spider-Man,
yes,
yeah,
yes. Even though Doctor Strange is the source of that, I
right.
understand that because I me and you both have that same problem. The first two movies, they were good. It just felt like it's like Iron Man's little kid. It's like,
So I think my only complaint is the whole Disney thing. It still feels Disney.
yeah,
Disney's got their formula, Disney's got their
yeah.
platform, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's solid, it works, it's great.
But they
And
didn't
this
have.
time, what? Go ahead.
Well, and Sony fucks everything up, so I don't have a problem with that. But I just,
Right. This was by far the best Marvel movie I've seen in a long time, the best Spider-Man movie I've seen in a long time. I don't know that I would sit here and say there's people out there like it's the best thing ever, because just simply because of the nostalgia. Like, I mean, I don't want to sit here and say it was amazing just because they finally pulled off all three of them.
right,
That part and that aspect of it, beautifully done, beautifully like amazing. I'm gonna be honest with you though, there are times where the CG isn't that good. There are
yeah,
times where some of the coloring and shit is kind of subpar, but I don't care about any of that. I'm just saying, like, to me, there's still that little thing, and maybe it's
that he
just
needs
me.
Doctor Strange. That
Maybe
he
it's just
needs
me.
Doctor
Yeah,
Strange.
that he needs somebody else.
Yeah,
That he's
and
not.
I
And like you said,
completely
well,
agree with that.
and in the fact that they announced Tom's coming out, he had signed on for another trilogy. So
Right
that to me feels like that's what they're doing. Is now
now he can be
it can
Spider-Man.
be a Spider-Man trilogy, a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
So
But let's talk about them. Okay, like I I
I
don't
don't
understand Tom Hardy. I
get it.
don't
I
understand it.
don't get it. I don't get it
I don't.
at all. What
Yeah.
was the point in the ending of Venom showing that he is part of that
So
universe?
okay, so here's the thing: is that when Strange fucked up the spell, that was the ending of Venom 2. That's him flashing. He flashed and he was in that hotel room. It was that's him coming into the
Okay.
MCU universe. That's why
Okay.
he doesn't know that Iron Man exists or anything like that when he's
Okay.
at the
Right, right,
bar.
right, right, right.
And I was fine like that. I was like, that's great. But then you take him away. Like, and I'm like, okay, you left a little piece of the symbiote, so we're gonna get black suit
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man.
all that, yeah.
But who's gonna play Venom in this
Right.
fucking universe?
Right. We
Like
have
it's
not
just
seen
and there's so much talk about them making a Sinister Six. Okay.
that technically was supposed to be the
So
Sinister Six.
okay, but hang
Okay,
on
hold
though.
on. What?
Why is Vulture talking to Morbius? And is Venom in a completely a different universe than both of them too? What the fuck is going on?
I know. That's what I was gonna say. Though, is apparently though that was because it was Goblin, Octopus, Sandman, Lizard,
Electro, that's five. There's
Electro,
five.
and then the sixth was supposedly Venom. Is that now we got Venom?
There he wasn't. He's not in. He's not
That's
in the
never
fucking
confirmed. That's what people are
movie.
saying online. That's all I'm saying.
He's
That's
not
all.
in the goddamn movie.
I
He's a
don't I
fucking
don't get
blip.
it. And I didn't realize that though. I never realized that that was the whole point of the ending for Venom, is that he blips into there. That was the
Yeah.
tear. But also I think one of my questions left still is, so if everybody forgets who Peter Parker is, that's part of the spell, right? But they also just put everybody back into their own realities. Does that mean that everybody in those realities also forgets who Peter Parker is? Like, so like, are those Peter Parkers gonna come back and be like, bro, everybody fucking forgot who we are? Like, what the fuck?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think that answer. I think
What
the answer is going to be in the next Venom movie.
like in
Because
all
probably you'll
honesty,
get another Venom movie before.
what I would love, and this is so far left field, but what I would love for them to do in terms of like the next Spider-Man trilogy is for them to give Peter like, so he gets this little strange whip type deal, which is like a web, but he uses it to pull dudes. It's like magic. It's like a magic web shooter essentially.
Yeah, that'd be
and
cool.
so what I would love to see is for him to like get that and then show up in Multiverse of Madness and like become the like multiverse
Spider-Man
hunter.
So I have a question.
What's up?
Involving the movie.
All right.
So there was a lot of talk. So there's a part where you see Electro, and he's in the background. He's charging up.
Yeah.
Like I do like the fact that he got the arc.
And I felt like it was underplayed a little bit.
Yeah.
Like he's got the fucking arc reactor.
Yeah.
Like, but whatever. But anyway.
So he's charging. He's like up
Yep.
charging against something.
Yeah.
And you see what appears to be black suit Spider-Man. The theory was that that's his suit, his Iron Man suit turned inside out. When he has the ring, the time thing going around his arm. It was in one of the trailers.
Oh, see, and I don't think that scene was actually in there.
Oh, so
because like I don't recall. Then I kept sitting here thinking like, don't we get like a full on Doctor Strange type suit type of thing? But we didn't. We never got that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I don't know, because I was wondering about that. Like it almost looked like he actually had the whole thing.
Yeah. And it looked black.
Yeah.
Like there were theories that it was his Iron Man suit turned inside out.
Right. I don't know.
Remember that.
I don't think so, man. Because like I kept thinking like I don't remember seeing that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because I remember thinking like, weren't we supposed to get almost like a whole Doctor Strange type suit type of thing?
Yeah. Well, and they played they changed a lot from the trailers, and because like I was one of those people that I thoroughly thought that, well, number one, I know where they're going, but I thoroughly thought that Doctor Strange was going to be Mephisto. Now,
Right. And there's no mention
yeah.
of that
Now,
at all.
but I will say that this movie comes from 3 Spider-Man comics, and one of them is Mephisto, where it involves Mephisto, him in order to do something. I think it's to erase people knowing who he was, he had to give up his love of Mary Jane or something like that. And so like there is this part of this was taken from Mephisto, but I love the fact that they threw everybody off
Right.
and threw stuff in there that wasn't in the movie or changed stuff around and
Yeah.
everything. I mean, let's be honest, like they did a very good job, as insanely crazy of a world we live in now. The leaks and the non-affirmatives, Toby
The
not saying
only
no,
thing that
Andrew.
I ever saw was a shot of Andrew sitting on like these rafter type things, Andrew Garfield, and he swore up and down, it
That was
was
an order.
Photoshop, it was fake, it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
Photoshop, it was fake, blah blah blah. That was
Well,
the only thing
and
I ever saw.
the only confirmation I had, in my opinion, was when they broke down the trailer, when you saw Sandman, I think Electro and Lizard jumping at
At
one.
at
It was
one
one
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man, and it
and
didn't
that's
make
that whole
sense
scene is
when,
totally different, yeah, because it's all three
yeah,
of them in the
yeah.
yeah, in the
That's the
movie.
only part where I was like, okay, they're. I'm 99%
Like, why
sure
is it
now
just
they're in
him
there.
jumping at all of them? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
No,
So
it was, and it there those scenes, that whole scene, that whole last fight, epic. That whole
yeah.
last scene, epic. Um,
You want to hear something crazy that I read today?
so
Um, oh my god, I'm an idiot.
yeah,
Green Goblin.
you read that today, Willem
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Dafoe.
yeah, 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 yeah. Defoe.
Dafoe.
So Defoe, part of his comic
That
contract.
he wanted to do the physical stuff. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
66
that
years
is
old and he wanted to
fucking
do the physical
awesome,
stuff.
dude. That
There
is
wasn't a
so cool.
whole lot. I mean, obviously he didn't do like the CG parts. There wasn't a whole
Yeah,
lot, but yes, it was. I
it
What
was
I
him.
loved about it is that he straight up, he almost threw some shade at Robert Downey. He was like, I don't want to just be like a face in a suit, or I don't want to just, like phone it in or something like that. I want to actually do it. And I was just kind of like, damn, I feel like that's some shade at fucking Robert Downey a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, so
Well,
and he fucking killed it.
yeah, yeah, and I mean, I think that I love Toby. I liked. Here's the thing. I was thinking about the back to this. Josh, do you remember when we saw and where we saw Spider-Man 2 for the first time?
Too. I
Tibbs movie theater.
Okay, because
It was.
I do remember, and they did it. They did it. They did it. They did the fucking doom,
Yep.
doom, doom. Because dude,
Yep.
that in the movie, in this one, they're on the freaking like a highway or bridge type thing, and that's when it all started happening. All of a sudden, you just hear doom, doom, and I sat here like, oh, shit,
Yeah.
they did it! Like immediately was like, they did it, because yeah, that was
Well,
always the thing. Yeah.
yep. And I remember we had parked, and we had been able to get 2 speakers, and that is
I
the
thought
most
it was
vivid.
like, I thought we could actually do it to our radio, and that was the whole
But
thing, was that we actually,
we could, but I can't remember if that was there yet. I don't think it was there yet,
I
because
don't know.
I
I just remember
remember
there being like,
that thud,
yeah.
that
See, I thought
boom,
we were in the
boom.
theater and we
It,
could feel the thud.
well,
Man.
you may have gone to the theater too, but I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
I saw it at Tibbs Drive-In
Uh-huh.
Theater, and I remember that thud
That fucking
specifically.
dum,
That doom,
dum.
doom,
Yep. And
doom.
that's what I mean, is I remembered that. And then yeah, when he showed up in here, I was just like, yes, they did it. They did the dump. Yeah, and dude, Sam Raimi coming back for Multiverse of Madness. That was my only, or that was another kind of weird one though. It's like the very,
Raimi's
very
doing
end.
that.
Yes, Multiverse of Madness is Sam
Oh,
Raimi. But the very, very, very end post credits thing
is a trailer
was
for
just a
that.
trailer for
Yeah.
that. Yeah, which is not very Marvel fashion of them. Like,
Well, you want to? I think that there's, in my opinion, I think they're still trying to figure out where they're going.
right?
I,
No,
I, I
they kind of were like, they kind of said, because people like the idea of the multiverse so much, that's kind of changing their trajectory. They're kind of
right.
like leaning into it,
Yeah,
so
yeah. So
yeah.
I think that they were. and I mean, here's the thing, man, is like the multiverse opens up crazy
So many
opportunities,
opportunities. So many
but
opportunities.
I still think what they were going to do, if you look at what was purchased before this part started, I think they were going to do Doctor Doom.
Oh, right.
I
Right.
because Disney buying Fox and getting the rights
Fantastic
to
Four and
Fantastic
X-Men
Four and
and all
all
that.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yep.
really believe that that's where they were
I think they
going
still
to go.
can. I still think
They
they can.
can, but I think that this kind of changed everything. This
I do
I
like the idea
Chi,
that
Quan Chi, you know, or no,
Shang-Chi.
Shang
Shang-Chi.
Chi,
Yeah, Shang-Chi.
Quan Chi's fucking Mortal Kombat. Shang Chi was so good, and
Yeah.
then you got this one, and then the Doctor Strange movie. I think that they're gonna go Mephisto or alternate realities and
Well,
all
and,
that
and
stuff.
what
So
I like about it is that they're kind of like almost playing with it, because right now there's no Avengers movie on the schedule. There's no team put together. They're working to put together kind of a team, but
so
one of the ones I love is fucking Hawkeye. Kate Bishop. What's her name? Is
yeah.
Kate Bishop. Fantastic. Love her.
So let me tell you, I think we're gonna have two things, and these are my theories. Number one, I think that we're gonna see Spider Gwen, which means your comic is gonna fucking
Well,
skyrocket.
hopefully.
And I really hope that they figure out a way to bring back Emma Stone, because I loved Emma Stone is my favorite MJ Gwen.
Gwen,
I love
yeah.
Emma Stone.
I love her too, and I think she would be perfect as Spider Gwen. I just don't know that they'll go that route.
No,
I
but
don't think they would.
number two, the route that I really would like to see that they could pull off is Dark Avengers. Uh, you've got
Wolverine, Spidey, and like those ones. Like,
well,
yeah.
yeah, and then Osborn runs it.
Oh shit.
So I think that you open up the multiverse, it's gonna and you got to remember you got Kang, who Kang was a multiverse jumper,
Mhm.
with Loki. but that's the thing. What did Loki introduce? A female Loki. There's a female Loki in the Dark Avengers.
Right.
You've got Osborn being introduced into this realm of him existing. So I don't think it's too far of a stretch that we could see Dark Avengers. That'd be
It,
really
and what
cool.
is kind of crazy though that they point out is like Osborn sits here and says like there's no Oscorp here, there's no my son's not here, like that stuff doesn't exist
Yeah.
there, which is kind of funny because you started wondering like who the fuck is Ned and why is where's Harry, where's Norman, where's all that, like, so
Well,
they kind of addressed that too.
well, but it's just like the whole fucking. This goes back to me being pissed off about the Tom Hardy thing. He doesn't know anything about Iron Man or Spider Man or any fucking body else. It pisses me off because it's like, dude,
It's
there's
like
no
it's literally like
universe.
he's in his own universe. He's in a
Right,
universe where superheroes and heroes don't exist. And it's like,
right.
what the fuck is the point of there
A
being
Venom.
Venom then? Yeah. Right. No, I hear you. I hear you. Yep. It's a weird, it's a yeah, no, it was a weird choice. Okay. I overall it was definitely good. I think there was part of me that I don't know. I just feel like there could have been more, just a
Is
little
it
more. Just
is
a
it is it better than Spider Verse?
no, and that's I think
Yeah.
was the problem is like I wanted Spider-Verse and it was amazing for how amazing it was to see them all together, for how amazing that whole feeling was. I still think Spider-Verse was better. I still think Spider-Man 2's hands down like the best live action movie. Yeah. So I still recommend it though. Like I don't want to turn people off to it because it was still fantastic. It was still great.
Yeah.
And a lot of my quips are personal, like
Yeah.
personal stuff. So
Yeah.
anyway, um I said we are gonna do a quick show today. We still ended up talking fucking Spider-Man for a while. So before we go ahead and wrap this up, we were gonna talk. This was meant to be a holiday episode.
Hey, it's Merry Christmas, Spider
I
Edition.
ironically though, at the very end of Spider-Man, it's like Christmas time, so there's some
Yeah.
Christmas stuff in there. But yeah,
All
we're
right,
gonna get
buddy.
our top 10 Christmas movies. Now, I will sit here and say I don't have a specific order for these. Like it's so hard for me
I
to put
do.
them in specific order.
I have a
Um,
very specific order.
so I'm gonna go just from the bottom and work my way up. All right. You're gonna hate me for the way I put some of these. Number 10 for me is Bad Santa. Number well, and again, this is not in any particular order, so let's just say it that way. There's Elf, Home Alone, The Santa Claus, Jingle All the Way. The Santa Claus was the Tim Allen one. Jingle All the Way.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, hang on. Okay. Die Hard, Just Friends, Surviving Christmas with Ben Affleck. That's a personal one. Christmas Vacation and A Christmas Story.
Nice. I'm surprised though. I'm surprised. You're a big Peanuts guy, and you don't have Charlie Brown Christmas.
I'm not that big of a Peanuts guy.
Oh, I'm telling Mom. Yeah,
Mom's huge on Peanuts. Mom
she
loves
thinks you
Peanuts,
are. She
and
thinks you are.
I like them.
Yes.
My son loves the Great Pumpkin, all that stuff, you know, and I don't mind them, but I could take them or leave them.
Yeah.
I would like Frosty over that one, like the original Frosty cartoon.
Oh,
We watched that again the other day with him, and I was just kind of like, oh shit, I forgot about this.
Yeah, I've got some that are gonna kind of twist your wheels.
All right.
All right. So I technically I did 11 because I couldn't.
Okay, I had an 11th one on there too.
Go ahead.
It was very Harold and Kumar 3D Christmas. I'm dead ass serious. I love that fucking movie.
I've never watched that, man. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to watch that because I love Harold.
It's stupid, but it's funny. I love it.
All right. So number 11 was Office Christmas Party.
Oh shit!
Yeah, don't know. Yeah, that one was
a good one.
I love Kate McKinnon. I love Kate McKinnon, and I love anything that I should paraphrase. I love Kate McKinnon in anything. So
there you go.
If you got Kate McKinnon in it, you're probably up there. Yeah. Because I think she's probably one of, if not the funniest people out there right now.
So you want to know something funny though too? I kind of find her weirdly attractive.
I do too. No, so and it's part of that comedy that makes her too. Like
right, exactly.
When she's messing with Ryan Gosling on Saturday Night Live, when you they get taken by aliens.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh man,
every time she does that character, she is so funny.
Yeah.
She's got that cigarette.
So I had to. Well,
yeah.
That was the last one off my list, so I had to throw that in.
Yeah.
So. Okay, so number 10 you haven't seen yet, but I strongly recommend. It's 8-Bit Christmas.
Oh no, we watched it.
Yeah,
we watched it.
What'd you think?
It was good. Yeah, it was good.
I liked it a lot. The ending was kind of sappy, but I thought that it had a lot of our childhood, you know, seeing the Nintendo gamepad and you know, it playing King of the Mountain. And it's Chicago. I love Chicago. So 8-Bit Christmas number 10.
Yeah, for sure.
Number 9 was Bad Santa. I'll bet you thought that was going to be higher because I do love that movie.
I did.
Anybody who's never seen that, you're missing out because you want to see a drunk Santa.
And what's her name from Gilmore Girls being all kinds of slutty.
Well, and what is it? I Party Naked or
shit happens when you party naked.
Shit happens when you party naked, man. That fat kid is fucking hilarious.
Yep.
Number 8. This is going to be my first of the controversial ones. Nightmare Before Christmas. I consider
not
that
even on my list, bro.
I consider that a Christmas and a Halloween movie.
It's a both, but for sure it's both.
But that's definitely in my top 10. I watch it. We watch it every Christmas season. Number 7. Okay, so we talked about this. I know that it's not technically Christmas, but 8 Crazy Nights. Adam Sandler animated. I consider that a Christmas holiday movie.
It works. Okay.
Absolutely hilarious.
And yes, that's true. I love it. It's been a while since I watched that one. I probably should have made it on mine then too.
Number 6, one of yours, Just Friends. Dude, I love that movie so much.
We've watched it like twice, 2 or 3 times already, like in the past couple of weeks. Because like every year.
It's great. It's great. It's so a great movie. Ryan Reynolds before he blew up.
Yes, as he was starting to get like popular, you know, as he was starting to get there. Yeah.
The girl, Amy
Smart.
Yes, I fucking love her.
Yeah, she is definitely cute.
Yeah, I would suck a bong through that fucking shit cocker. All right, moving on. Number 5. The Grinch, the original animated Grinch. So you said Snowman or
Frosty. Yes,
Frosty. I say the original Grinch, the original animated Grinch. That's got to
Dude,
be in
see,
there.
that's my problem. Is I sat here like I went brain fart stupid on
Yeah.
some Christmas movies, man. Anyway,
Number 4 is Home Alone.
oh yeah,
It's a classic. You got to have it. And the second one was good, but the first one's the best.
first one's the
Now,
best, yeah.
here's one that you forgot that you're really going to kick yourself on. Number 3, Scrooged. By
Yeah,
far,
yeah,
man,
it's good.
we
But
watched that.
I know.
I'm
So
surprised you didn't
here's the
put
thing. When
Gremlins in
we
there.
watched it when we were young, um, if I'm being honest with you, I distinctly remember that you liked it and I hated it.
Oh yeah.
It
Oh wow.
freaked me out when I was
Oh
young.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
freaked me out when I was young, dude. The
Yeah.
Reaper, dude, when he would come in all fucking like he's just all big and he's all
Yeah.
I remember being like, fuck no. Like, yeah. So I don't mind it. It's not a bad movie, but I remember like it freaked me out when I was younger. So like it's not in my list.
Number 2 is Die Hard.
Die Hard. Yep.
I'll bet you thought it was number 1, but anybody who argues with me about Die Hard, you can kiss my ass.
Oh, and number one has got to be my number one. That's the only one I will say is my number one.
It's got to be. Go ahead.
Christmas Story.
Oh no, God no. Christmas Vacation.
You don't like Christmas Story?
I do, but I have seen it 9 billion fucking times.
See, that's how I am with one of the other ones you said. Nightmare. That's how I am with Nightmare.
Yeah,
I love it, but dude, I've seen it so many.
I would.
times.
Here's the thing though. If I'm picking up a movie between those two, I'm picking up Nightmare.
See, I'm picking up Christmas Story.
Yeah, I love Christmas Story. Don't get me wrong; it's a classic. But I'm sorry, Merry Christmas, Shares Full.
No. Christmas Vacation is definitely on mine, and that's probably my number 2. Those would be my top 2: be Christmas Story and Christmas Vacation.
Yeah. So
hell yeah.
Yep. That's my Christmas list.
Did you not have Jingle on the Way on there? No, Arnold. No, Arnold.
No. Listen. I had it on the list, but it didn't. I had to cut it with you. So, right. And I mean, no, but Jingle All the Way. I'll tell you, I remember watching Comic Book Man, and they actually made fun of that movie because somebody brought in a Turbo Man and tried to sell it, and they offered him $5 for it.
Dude, see, and I feel like that movie gets shit on so much.
It does,
and it's
but it's
not.
So
I'm
good.
not saying it's
so
a
good.
good movie. It's a shit movie. Don't get me wrong.
No, it's good.
But it's like there's all these things that like there's somebody. I was reading an article of like in defense of it, and it was like, where else can you get a movie where you have Arnold fucking Schwarzenegger fighting? Hold on, you have Sinbad, who's an angry, disgruntled fucking mailman with an actual bomb that blows up at one point that he's carrying around the whole time. Arnold, who beats the shit out of a bunch of Santa Clauses, one of which is the Big Show, and another of which is Vern fucking Troyer.
Yep.
Like,
it's great. It's amazing.
Oh, and you got what's his name? Phil Hartman. Let
me tell you,
has one of his best fucking performances like ever. He was hilarious.
It came down to 8-Bit Christmas, Office Christmas Party,
and Jingle All the
Way. But there's another one the Night Before, that was in there. I love that movie too.
No, I have to move that one into mine. That was
I also really like Fred Claus. A lot of people don't like Fred Claus,
it's
but
underrated.
I really like
I agree.
That one.
It was very
underrated. But dude, The Night Before, man, I remember
all about that one.
Oh, dude, yeah. And I mean, that's got you got the Falcon, you got Seth Rogen, and you got Batman. You know, shit.
Fucking what's his name too? The guy who plays Zod,
the drug dealer.
Yeah. You coming to my party later, man?
Yeah, it's such a good movie.
You don't have to.
And here's the thing: is like if I were to pick between Office Christmas Party and The Night Before, I would pick The Night Before.
Yeah,
but Kate McKinnon takes it over.
I hear you.
Because dude,
I gotta put that one on mine though, because I forgot all about that one.
She plays the stuck up HR person. Like
yeah.
It's so good watching her in that. And and the thing is that I also I know he's done a bunch of bad shit, but I like what's his name in it? JB
Jason
blah, blah,
Bateman.
No,
Jason.
I love
JB
Jason
Smoove?
Bateman too.
Wait, who are you talking about?
The one who's in Deadpool, the guy who actually runs the Deadpool, the bar. DB
Oh,
Sweeney or something like that. It's two initials and then a name.
TJ Miller.
There we go. TJ Miller.
I have no
I get
problem with
it,
that
man.
guy, dude. People hate him because he's kind of a dick, but
He's
what?
gotten me too.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought the whole thing was that because I remember he got in a fight with like an Uber driver or something, and like I just thought the whole thing was that he would get rambunctious and drunk and fight people and shit, like be an asshole.
No,
Oh, okay.
he likes to grope and shit. So that made it kind of hard. That's why it didn't make the 10.
There's asshole and then there's the line. You cross the line. So
yeah, he's not coming back for Deadpool.
no, that
sucks.
That
I know,
because
and
he is funny. He's a good.
He is.
That's what sucks. Is like sometimes, man, he's a funny guy. But
you want to underrated movie with him, and it's She's Out of My League. I love that fucking movie.
That's
that movie.
That's probably one of my top like 20 of all time. If I'm being honest,
it's amazing.
I don't know what it is about it. It's
right,
just like a good, good comedy
movie.
It's R-rated, but not overly R-rated. It's not too raunchy, but there are times where it's a little raunchy. I don't know. It's great.
It's amazing, and I love Jay
Baruchel.
Baruchel.
Yes.
He's an awesome. And seems like an awesome guy.
I don't remember what her name is, but that is definitely she's in Star Trek too at some point. At the first, second. I don't know. She's in one of the Star Treks.
She's another one that you'd suck a fart out that bong hole.
Tongue punch your fart box.
I saw a meme. We're gonna go a little bit over, so mature comic.
Well, we just did.
Well, there's a meme out there about this. There's apparently this really attractive girl in not in the UFC, but somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the guys said, I would swim through the West Nile, croc-infested waters, with 10-pound dumbbells tied to my testicles just to suck the guy's dick who last fucked her.
Oh my god.
It's like, Jesus Christ. Slow down, killer. I mean, she's cute. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
Like,
no, but seriously though, She's Out of My League chick, especially in that. She's always,
very
those sundresses, sundresses.
Yes.
Always,
But no, it's just a great.
It is. It's a good movie. It's a feel good movie. Underrated. Anyway, we were getting way off topic. The top 10 Christmas movies. That was our lovely holiday episode where we talked way more about Spider-Man than holiday stuff.
It's okay. Whatever. Any day we get to talk about comic book characters, a good day. So
whatever holiday you celebrating, you Matt, what did you hold on before we go? What was you said you rewatched something, season 2 of something?
Oh, I'm going back and rewatching season 2 of The Boys because I'm waiting on season 3, man.
Yeah, dude, fucking, what's his name? Jensen Ackles. I can't wait for him.
Yeah,
dude. I can't wait for all that. Yeah.
So is he playing Noir or who's he playing?
He's playing a new character, I think.
Okay. Because I mean, like, Noir is a
clone. They said he is, but he's not. I don't know.
Noir is a clone of Homelander in the comic.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, and so like I'm waiting on that, and I'm also disappointed. I don't know if you saw this, but I just looked it up because like they said that fucking the new Game of Thrones was starting January 1st or 2nd. That's been pushed back. God only knows when that. They said, 2022.
Yay.
Shit. So I'm rewatching The Boys. I'm waiting. So Christmas means, I know you're not too excited about it, but means the Book of Fett, which I'm excited.
Oh, I mean, dude, I love. I don't know, man. That's one of those ones that's
got the Matrix
like the
coming.
Same thing as like Spider-Man. This one, it's like I like the Mandalorian, but I don't love it the way people seem to. Like, I don't know.
I take it,
and that's fine. That's what I mean. I have no problem. No problem with it. I think the Ahsoka episode is one of the best fucking things I've ever seen on TV. Let's talk. You know what? Melted me. I loved every bit of it.
You know what? There is one more thing that we forgot to talk about. The bullshit news about Cowboy fucking Bebop.
Well, and that's
you anime assholes can kiss my fucking hairy twingles. You piss me off. There's no
Dude,
pleasing you.
no, it's getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous. Like what pisses me off the most about that is the fact that the biggest complaint about it was that it tried too hard to be like the anime. Like you sit here and complain when it's nothing like the anime, then you complain when it's trying too hard to be too much like the anime. What the
They don't want them changed. They don't want them made live action.
was it
But they didn't.
perfect? No, it wasn't perfect, but was it good? Yeah, dude, I loved it. I mean, I would 100% have watched a second season of that. I would watch 2 or 3 more seasons of that. Now,
I
I'd say I
I
probably wouldn't go beyond that. You don't want to overdo it, but
no,
I think
but but
I think I would have dealt for 2 or 3 more seasons of that for sure.
I'd say at least a second season.
At
But
least the
I
second
will
season,
say
just to wrap up the story, even.
I will say that seventh episode is and I've watched tons of Netflix shows. I'm a huge Stranger Things fan. I'm a huge Narcos fan. I still say episode 7 of Cowboy Bebop is the best episode of TV that Netflix has ever made. And that's my personal opinion, but I
The
feel
backstory
like
episode, right? The one
yes,
where
I think that it had everything that the anime fans could ever want. And it's just like, dude, that episode is exactly what you wanted, and it still
and
isn't
you
good
still
enough.
right.
What the fuck
Yeah,
is
no, I
wrong
know.
with you?
I know. It's driving me crazy too. It drives me crazy because it's like it makes, now they're not going to want to try shit like that. Now they're not going to want to do stuff like this anymore because everybody
Yeah.
pitches so much. Um, and to be honest with you, I don't think anybody did bad. Like I said, even with Edward, yeah, it was a little weird, but like she never got a chance to get fleshed out, never got a chance
Yeah.
for us to, see anything
For them
other
to
than
try. For them to
exactly.
try, you know?
People bitched about this thing the moment they saw it,
Yeah.
and you can't change their minds. Yeah, anyway, yes, that pissed me off too. I was gonna say the only other things I've really like watched lately were the Cowboy Bebop. I finished that up, and Hit Monkey. I cannot recommend Hit Monkey enough, dude. I'm
I gotta watch
dead
that.
serious. It is really good. I really
Yeah.
recommend it to everybody. It's very adult, so don't watch it with your kids, but definitely recommend it. All right, well, that's it. Happy holidays, whatever you do. We brought up some dreidel with the 8 crazy nights. So whatever holiday you celebrate, I don't give a fuck.
And the night before.
Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Christmas Hanukkah Kwanzaa. What was that? Was it Target, Walmart who did the Christmas Hanukkah Kwanzaa?
You too. We got another banger here.
whatever holiday you celebrate, happy holidays. I don't think we'll see you until next year. Shit.
Yeah.
So hopefully
2021,
let's
you can get out that fucking shithole.
2021 can sit in the shitter with 2020, so let's hope 2022 is less smelly than the last couple shits.
Yeah.
All right, y'all, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Later.